Okay, so I'm getting ready for the drive-in concert series here in Atlanta. It starts at 7 o'clock tonight. It's like 3 o'clock right now. I am going to go meet my friend at 4:30, so I'm leaving here at 4. So that gives me an hour to do my makeup. I already took my shower, brushed my teeth. I already did my hair. I'm going to go over with you guys how I installed my own knotless braids in another video, not this video. And I also went ahead and did my teeth whitening as well. But let's go ahead and get into this quick little makeup. And while I'm doing my makeup today, I'm going to have a conversation with you guys because I know y'all like, Lynn, where the hell you been? Now, a lot of you guys already know if you follow, make sure I'm still in frame, make sure you guys can still see me. Okay, that's better. A lot of you guys already know if you saw my last video or if you actually follow me on my Facebook, you guys know I've been getting real heavy into crypto. I did stocks February, March, and half of April. But about the end of March, I really started to get into crypto. And not just crypto, but now I'm really heavy into the sub-penny crypto. So I've been running a lot of plays with crypto here lately. But before we get into the talk about crypto, let's talk about, where I've been, what's been happening, and what's been going on with me. For the most part, nothing. It's pretty much just been the crypto. It takes so much time and energy because it's not a lot. I have videos I filmed. I got like 15 videos I filmed. I just have not taken the time to edit nor actually put them up. So, yeah, that's 100% my fault, but they will be going up. There are videos about crypto, the sub-penny crypto, how you guys can go in and find them, buy them, what you guys are looking for, and what you'll actually need. I do have all of that actually coming for you guys. So I don't want you guys just to think that, I just ran off and left you with absolutely nothing. I've been pretty active on my other social media for y'all that follow me there. Anyway, so get into the crypto stuff. But really, I was supposed to be filming earlier this week. I took time off from crypto to go ahead and film. But I also went back and got my final COVID shot. I did get the Pfizer shot. Okay, so we're going to have a conversation about what happened and all of that. Everything that I'm using on my face, I'm going to leave in the comment, in the description box below, guys. Because I am getting ready to go, but I did want to go ahead and pop on the camera and talk to you guys. This will be my third time wearing makeup in like 2-3 months. So this will be interesting. Anyway, so I went ahead and got my first COVID vaccine, the Pfizer one. I got that back in April. Now, I was supposed to go back in May and get it. But, no, I didn't do it. So I just went back and got it this week. And because I just went back and got it this week, I didn't really have any problems or issues when I'm using the brow powder from the Brow Girl. The last time I did my makeup, I really did like the way it just turned out, just going in and doing everything with powder. So this is what I'm doing. The concert I'm going to today is a drive-in concert. It's going to be outside, outdoors, meaning it's going to be hot. Even though I'll be able to be in my car listening to everything and watching the artists on stage and listening to them on the dedicated radio station in the actual car. You can get out of your car. Social distancing is still in force. So you can get out of your car and dance and sing along with them in the space that's like right in front of your area. The parking space right in front of you or the parking space beside you. Depending on what area you park in, it'll depend on whether or not the area you have to entertain yourself, your guests, or just whatever, whether that's going to be right there in front of you or right there on the side of you, either to the left or to the right. The concert we're going to tonight will have Chrisette Michelle. It's going to have Carl Thomas, The Rough Ends, Mr. Collie Park, Raheem the Dream, Kilo Ali. So I was like, heck yeah. I hadn't been to a concert in so long. And a lot of that is just coming from, hey, it was coronavirus. So I know that they've been having like moments of concerts and things. It just hasn't been anything yet that has actually come through that I actually wanted to go to and attend. When I heard about this particular concert, I definitely wanted to go through and attend this particular concert. So we went ahead and got the tickets Wednesday, Thursday. It was just something I wanted to do for myself. I was perfectly fine and I was perfectly ready to go ahead and go alone and by myself. But my girlfriend, she's gonna go ahead and go with me. Her birthday is a few days after my birthday, so it's gonna be part of her birthday present. The tickets aren't necessarily the cheapest for the actual concert, but they are some of the cheaper concert tickets I've actually went ahead and purchased. It was like $170 for 2 tickets in your parking space. So, I mean, in the grand scheme of things, that's not all that bad for me. Go in here and fix this brow and bring it over just a little bit more and bring it up just a little bit more. Now, so the concert is tonight. Very much so looking forward to that. I am doing my makeup in a very sweat-proof type of way and also a flash-proof type of way. Anytime you have any type of flash or anything like that, especially for a dark nighttime event, you want to go just a little bit darker and just a little bit heavier with your makeup to compensate for that flash when that flash hits you. Girl, ain't nobody trying to have no weird, crazy flashback with the photos we trying to post tonight. No, ma'am, we're not trying to do that. So, for my eyes, I'm going to use the Give Me Gold Cosmetics. This is their Christmas Morning Palette. And, of course, I'm going into my Kat Von D palette just to go in here. And I need to clean up just a little bit. Okay, I need to clean up just a little bit. So, I'm going to go ahead and use my NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop Concealer in the shade Golden Honey. To go in and clean up under these brows just a little bit, honey, because I had got just a little carried away, child. We're not going to do that. Anyway, so back to this COVID shot. The first time I got the COVID shot, I didn't really have any problems or issues. I know some of the people around me, they did have problems and issues, depending on whether or not they got the Moderna shot or they got the Johnson & Johnson shot. I knew I wasn't getting the Johnson & Johnson shot. They can't do baby powder correctly. So it was no way in hell I was going to allow them to run the guinea pig scheme on me with the Johnson & Johnson shot. That's just my personal opinion. I just wasn't finna go down that road. Not with them. Not with that shot. I know that a couple of other people have went ahead and the makeup I'm going to be doing on my face today, guys, is going to be, Jesus Christ, can we get out of the tube? It's going to be the Maybelline Matte and Poreless, and this is for oily skin, and this is in the shade 338 Spicy. So I'm just going to take and mix some of that in to go in and outline the top part of my brows. Anyway, so the first time I got the shot back in April, I really didn't have any problems or issues. I did go to the actual CDC website. I did pay attention to, you know, some of the symptoms you may have as far as what may be normal. What if it proceeds to happen to you for a certain amount of time, you may need to go to the hospital or consult your actual doctor. So I was pretty well aware of the fact that I was probably going to need like some chicken noodle soup, some Pedialyte, some Gatorade, some ice, and, you know, some pain medicine, whether it's the Tylenol, the Advil, or the Motrin, depending on what shot you actually went ahead and got. So I just wanted to make sure that I had everything that I needed on standby. So I had all of that, but I didn't have any issues or problems the first time I went and got the shots. I didn't like have any of those horrible symptoms. The only thing I had, I'm gonna insert a picture right here for you guys, but the only thing I had that was a problem and an issue for me was I bruised. I had this really weird streaky line bruise that went all the way down my arm, and it was like a double bruise. And I was just like, what in the world? But again, not necessarily the biggest issue or problem, since I typically bruise anyway. So that wasn't that wasn't necessarily the biggest issue or problem for me personally. Everything went fine. Didn't have no problems, no issues. I was just being el lazio to not go back and get my second shot. So when I went back and got my second shot, okay, that's when we started to have some of the problems and issues. First thing I noticed was my arm kind of tingled and burned just a little bit. And I was like, okay, so this is what they were talking about. I knew this may happen, so not that big of a surprise. Nothing for me to kind of worry my little self about. Like, it's not that big of an issue. I'm going in and I'm going to go ahead and mix the Nakia Joy Velvet Blurring Powder in with the Kat Von D, that peach powder, the one you guys always see me use, to go ahead and set this down right here underneath the brows. Again, it's going to be hot and muggy. It's an outdoor drive-in in your car type of event. So I just want to make sure that I'm going in and doing sweat-proof, budge-proof makeup. First thing I noticed was the bruising down my arm. It's kind of hard to tell a story and plop on some makeup too. The first thing I noticed was the bruising down my actual arm, and I was like, this is weird. What's going on here? The second thing I noticed was my pointer finger on this finger right here. You know how like when you're cooking and you get too close to the actual fire on the stove, you know how you can feel that heat? And you know, sometimes it just feels like a prolonged, like just a sensation. Not necessarily a burning sensation, but you could definitely feel the heat. And maybe 20, 30 minutes later, you could still feel it just a little bit. That's exactly what it felt like. And I was just like, okay, this is really, 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 really weird for me personally. I wasn't expecting any of that per se. That did go away. The tightness in my arm finally went away about 2 days later. That burning sensation, warm, tingling sensation in my actual finger, that went away in about 2-3 hours later. I was like, okay, fine, cool, whatever. But about 45 minutes after the shot, ladies, this is specifically for you ladies. Have you guys ever went to the hospital and had to have the like dye put in your arm where they, you know, they put the IV in, they like arm up, breathe in, hold your breath, breathe out, and you can just feel like when they first put the IV in your arm and they put the dye in, you know that warm running feeling that goes to your body? If that's a 10 at the hospital when they put you in a machine, what I felt in my groin uterus area was like a 6. Now, really weird, because as you guys already know, I had a hysterectomy 2 years ago. So I don't have any like phantom movement, phantom periods, or just any type of phantom movement that you could possibly have. I'm beyond that point now. I haven't had any type of phantom anything down there in that area for about 1.5 years now. So when I felt that, I was like, okay, this is pretty freaking weird. I did get wet down there, not sexually wet, but it was very, very moist down there. And I could just feel it like in my uterine area, the bottom of my pelvis, my vagina, like all of that was just like, it was like warm and moving, not tingling or anything, but just like, it was that feeling from the hospital when you have to have the dye injection, when they got to go in and make sure your cardiovascular system and all this other stuff is working correctly, if you've ever had to have that done. Girl, I was just sitting there like, I don't know what's going on. I want it to stop and to go away. But I was, you know, just paying attention to it. So that way, you know, if something happened, I would at least have a point of reference to go back to just to be like, okay, this is what happened, and this is when I first started to feel, you know, weird, started to feel XYZ starting to happen. I just wanted to make sure I just had that as a reference point. Eventually that weird feeling in my hoo-ha area, my vagina area, eventually that did go away. But it was weird, guys. I'm just going to tell you that much. It was very, 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 very weird to feel that way. And then I didn't get a headache or anything like that, but I did get extremely tired, extremely tired. So I just went ahead and took some pain medicine. I went ahead and loaded up on orange juice and some Pedialyte, and I just went ahead and went to bed because I was like, well, okay, so whatever's happening, let's go ahead and, you know, start a little early with making sure, you know, I just give my body, you know, a chance to adjust to the final shot of the vaccine actually coming into my actual system. So for me, I was just sitting there like, just trying to figure out really what was going on and how long this would actually, you know, happen, how long this would like be a part of whatever was going on. Eventually, 2 days later, all of that resided. The tiredness just went away today. Just went away today. Like literally, for the most part, your girl's been asleep. I have been looking at crypto and everything. I did take a brief moment from my actual social media just to kind of really focus on, you know, what may have been happening with my body. But it finally went away. So no problems or issues, thank God. I didn't have any stronger problems and issues. I do know that some of the other ladies and stuff, they were saying that they definitely had like some other issues and stuff. Like one of my friends, she was extremely sick. And I just thank God that didn't happen to me. So if you're getting the vaccine, just make sure that you're actually paying attention to what they put up on the CDC website for the actual vaccine you're actually getting. And confirm that what you're getting is actually in the actual vial. Just going to tell you guys, when you go in there, you just want to confirm that whatever it is you just signed up for them to put in that vial, just make sure that's actually there in that vial. Now, because it is an outdoor concert, I don't want to go in too heavy or crazy with my makeup. I just want to do something that would be pretty and pretty okie dokie as far as photos and different things like that are concerned. So instead of me going in and wetting the brush with the eyeshadow, I'm just going in with my hand and I'm just lightly patting that down and blending that out with my actual finger. And I'll go in and drop just a little bit of this silver right here on the inside. I've always liked the really pretty gold to silver ombre. And then I'll go back in with my original brush, no extra product, and just blend out those edges just a little bit. So that's it for that actual eye. Now I'll just go in here and do the same thing on the other eye. But yeah, outside of that, no real problems, no real issues. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I'm not even gonna hold you. The only reason why I got the vaccine is because they were saying that, hey, certain countries you can't travel to. There were certain things you couldn't do unless you were vaccinated. Blah, 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 blah. I ain't have time for none of that. When I'm ready to travel or when I'm ready to do whatever it is I'm going to do, I don't want to hear somebody else telling me that, no, I can't do this, or no, I can't do that, or I can't go here, or can't go there because I'm not vaccinated or anything like that. No, I personally didn't want to have those issues, and I didn't want to go through that whole phase and situation. If that makes sense. If you can understand what I'm saying, I didn't want to have to go through any of that. If that makes sense to you guys. So that was everything as far as, you know, the vaccine and everything was concerned. As far as me having to go through that whole process with the actual vaccine and stuff, I was just like, honey child, this is a bit, this is a bit much for me personally. Just a bit much. I'm going into my Huda Beauty Lifeliner to go ahead and line. Okay, that's the one that's dried out a little bit, so I'll use it up here to fill in the tails of my eyebrows. I keep two of them. One of them is slightly dried out, the liquid part, and it comes in clutch with darkening up my tails. But I'll go ahead and tight line this real quick. And I'm just going in right here on the outer, like, third of my lower lash line. Just to fill that in, just to give me a little bit more of a lifted cat eye. Just a little bit, not a lot. Now I'll go in here with my Huda Beauty Lifeliner and just go ahead and line this on down. But yeah, that's pretty much the only reason why I went ahead and got the vaccine, because I was like, baby, when they fully open everything back up outside, they had already said with certain cruises, you couldn't cruise if you weren't vaccinated, and just some other things and issues. And I was just like, yeah, no, we're not even finna do that. When I'm ready to go, I'm ready to go. And I'm not going to sit up here and wait on anything like that. So I was like, let me just go ahead and get this done and out of the way. And I also noticed that certain countries, so I was looking at some travel packages, and I noticed that certain countries, they were offering different rates for vaccinated versus non-vaccinated. And I was just like, okay, this is weird. This is super weird. I don't know what's going on and or why. I just know when I'm ready to travel, I'm be ready to get going. I'm be ready to just book my flight and just get going. Okay, I messed that wing up just a little bit. Oh well, child. I'm going to go ahead and prime my face using the Dior Backstage Primer. This is really good for, like, just gripping makeup and making makeup last. Some of the other stuff I'm going to be doing throughout this actual process is actually going to be what makes my makeup waterproof. Because I already know if I'm going to be dancing outside, you know, when my song comes on, you know, just whatever the case may be, I already know if I sweat, I don't want to be looking like crazy, you know, chocolate milk running all over the place when you be sweating and stuff, especially when you're darker pigments and stuff. Yeah, I don't have time for all that. So I just wanted to make sure I started to put everything in a very waterproof, budge-proof type of way. And I love this Dior. This Dior primer. You guys have already seen me use this a couple of times. And you guys know how much I love this Dior primer. Absolutely love this Dior primer. And something else that I really, really liked doing that I didn't know about until I had started actually doing it was this little thing from Context. It's their vitamin C all day cream. I noticed that when I put this under my eyes, it really primed underneath my eyes, and it really made my concealer and stuff look healthier right here and lay better right here. So I'll go in and put this down right here underneath my eyes. Going in with my actual foundation. This little pump that I have on is such a thin pump to where it looks like I'm putting out a lot of product. I probably am. But I'm just ready to go ahead and just get the foundation on and get it over with. You guys know I always with my brush. This is that Morphe brush that came with the Morphe foundation. And again, because I know I'm going to be outside. We outside here in Atlanta. I know y'all are like, first of all, y'all never close. And I'm like, yeah, you're right. Atlanta closed for March, April, and May of last year. Ever since June of last year, we've been wide open down here. Wide open. Obviously, all the parties and clubs and stuff y'all keep seeing that happen, we've been wide open down here. Wide open. And by we, I mean, I don't go outside the house like that. There's no reason for me to be out there running around in them streets. So you can definitely see that it's a little too dark for me. But in pictures, it's going to look beautiful when the flash hits. So just something for you guys, just so you know. But I'm going to work it to where, even though it's a little too dark for me, it won't look as crazy. And I need some more foundation on my hand. 15 pumps, 20 pumps, child, I don't know. But you can see they little small pumps because that is a different type of pump that I have on there. And I can't go in with too light of a layer, too thin of a layer, just simply because I know I'm going to be in a situation where I'm sweating. And if I'm in a situation where I know I'm going to be sweating, then I already know as I go in to blot my face and do different things like that, I already know that it's going to be coming up anyway. So if I have the correct base amount down, it won't do it quite as bad. I love the Maybelline Matte and Poreless. Oh my God. It's just such a really pretty foundation that is like a tried and true foundation that you just don't have to worry about it. It's going to go on. It's going to do exactly what you need it to do. And you don't have to worry about it. And because they have so many colors, you don't have to worry about it being really hard to try to find your specific color. And I just go in and put just a little bit more down in the areas where I know a mask may hit. Even though this is going to be pretty much transfer proof, budge proof makeup. But in the areas where I know the strings come down for my mask, I'll go in and dump just a little bit more product. So even as it starts to lift up, because it will, it's a little bit more product there to kind of help that. If that makes sense to you guys. Okay, so now that we have that done and out the way, pretty much where I've been, crypto. It's the best thing I can tell you guys. I've been like in crypto heaven. I found a different area of crypto that just moves a little bit better. And I like the outcome of that cryptocurrency a little bit better. So I just invest a lot of my time and energy in the sub penny crypto. And of course, I'm going to go over videos explaining all of this to you guys, letting you guys know the terminology, the lingo, the different apps you'll need, how you need to fund, the different products and different things. I have all of that coming for you in a video. So don't think I'm just sitting here just talking to y'all and it's just like blah, 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 Lynn. Okay, but what money at, Lynn? Yeah, I'm going to show y'all exactly what I mean by that and exactly how we can get to this money, baby. Now, I need to go in here with my brush and get to work since I have my fan on since it's so hot here in Atlanta. Even with the air on and everything. And I need to go ahead and get to blending this stuff out before it starts to dry down and give me like a really weird line of demarcation. So I just want to go in here and get some of this stuff blended out. This is the Anise brush that I love so much because as you guys can see, it gets right on the inner corners just like a little finger. And I absolutely love that. Before I go back in here and set anything down, just going back around and blending it out just a little bit better. Just to make sure I'm not having like any harsh lines or anything like that. Just coming up and going around. And again, because, like I said, everything on me has to be sweat proof tonight. I just want to be able to go in here pretty quickly. And get to blending this thing out without making a mess all over my face. So I'm going in and adding the shades and the highlights and everything. I'm going in and doing everything with actual cream products first. Now I'm just going in and just cleaning up some of it just a little bit. Mixing it in with my brush. Just to go in here and just clean up just around it just a little bit where I got a little too blend happy. And it's just really a back and forth blend with it. And now I'm gonna go in and do something you guys are not used to seeing me do. I'm gonna take a little bit of liquid lipstick. I know I got a cream blush around here somewhere, and where it is, child, I don't know. So sometimes when you're in a bind and a pickle, just use a little bit of your liquid lipstick. Like I said, everything on me today is going to be a cream type of thing. And as you guys can see, it looks really, really harsh on camera, but it's not. In real life, it's not that harsh. And all I do is just go back in with the foundation brush and just blend around it. So this way I can make sure that everything I'm doing will continue to actually sit correctly on my face. That's what it looks like on my actual hand. So now I need to go in and actually go ahead and push everything into my actual face. And I'm not doing like different powders and different things underneath my eyes or anything like that. I'm just going in here with just a translucent powder by Nakia Joy, her Velvet Blurring Powder. Making sure everything is blended out first. And then going in here and setting everything down. This isn't going to add any additional color or anything to my actual face. And on Women of Color, the one thing that I did tell you guys is it will, when you go in to set down and mattify your face down, it will take it down a notch. So when you're going in with the actual process for women of color, and also, well, I can't really speak for non-women of color because I don't really do makeup on them like that. I don't do makeup on you guys like that. But just know that it will go in here and just start to darken everything down just a little bit. And now I'll go back in here and under these eyes, put down some more baking powder. The areas where I know I get oily, I'll go ahead and bake with it. And right here on my cheeks, I'm going to go in and put down a whole lot more powder just to make sure that it doesn't move when I have to have on my mask and stuff. And I won't take and actually brush this away just yet. I'm just taking and just stamping it in, just pressing it into my skin. So this is going to be that sweat-proof makeup that you guys can do. Make sure you get, because you know as you sweat, it runs down here on the side of your face. Make sure you get all of this right in here where you actually pull the makeup, just to make sure that, hey, it's sitting correctly. Now, while that is sitting doing what it's supposed to be doing, we'll go back in to the actual brows. And I'll just go up here and just wipe away any loose powder that may have fell. Right there, specifically in that area, since I'm working in this area. And I'll just go back in here with my actual pencil. And I'll just go back in and just make sure everything is cleaned up and lined up the way I like it. Now that we have that done and out the way, now I can go back in here with the eyebrow gel to go ahead and set all of that down. I'm going to go ahead and use my e.l.f. This is a clear eyebrow mascara gel. $2. You guys know it's my favorite. Things stay in place. They don't budge. They don't move. None of that. I don't have any problems with this when I use it. And I go in and I'll just go ahead and make sure they're laying down how I need them. And the ones that I want to stand up more, I'll go in and set them in place with my actual e.l.f. And that's it for that. Now for highlighter, let's go ahead and bronze up first. For bronzer, I'm going to go into my Morphe Glamour Bronze and Trailblazer. I'm going in with a Sigma brush. And I'm just going to go in and just re-intensify this color around my perimeter. Now, as far as that blush is concerned, same brush, not switching in, not using any additional brushes. I'm going to go into this like little mauve color right here. And I'm just going to go ahead and just brush that across the cheeks just a little bit. So the blush is still there. You have the underlayer of the blush that's there. So that's perfectly fine. That's great. And what color highlighter do I want to do? I really want to do not a colored highlighter. So I'm going into my Fenty How Many Carats. And I'm using a Sigma Tapered Highlighter F35 brush. And I like it because it's just a really pretty translucent on women of color. When I finish, you guys will be able to see it a little bit better. Because I'll turn on the lights and come in a little bit closer. You guys know how I do. Now I'll go in here with powder. Let me hit spray. This is the Smashbox Primer Water. And on top of that, I'm going to go ahead and use my Morphe All Nighter Urban Decay by Urban Decay. And while I'm letting that sit there really quickly on my face, I'm going in with my actual lashes. I found these lashes. These are the Eyeler London. These are the Definition lashes, the number 126. I think this would be really pretty with this look. But before I actually finish that off, going back in here with the Fenty, while the face is a little wet, it dried down just a little bit because I got my fan blowing on me. And I'm going back into the How Many Carats and popping that down right here on top again. Now we can go ahead and get these lashes. Okay, so while I'm waiting on those lashes to dry down, I'm going to go ahead and hit my under eyes just a little bit. And I'm going in with just a little bit of green underneath. I like the way green and blue sits underneath my eyes with my skin tone. So that's the reason why you guys see me go in with a whole lot of green and blue. And that's also the reason why you see me guys, I gravitate towards a whole lot of green and blue eyeshadow palettes. It just looks really good with my actual skin tone. Now to keep the inside of the eye actual open, this is going to be a concert. So I do want to take a little bit of the silver and gold mix. Like that, just to keep my eyes open. I don't want to close my eyes up. And then I'll go back in and just blend that out just a little bit. So it looks like that. And on the inside of my actual eyes, as far as color is concerned, y'all are going to be like, really like, whoa. I'm going into the NYX. This is the aqua green, and this is their retractable eyeliner. On the other 2/3 of my eyes, what I actually put it at. And now I'll go back into the Huda Beauty. And just redarken up the outsides of the eye. You can see it's already giving me that little cat-like look thing. So now I can go in here and plop these lashes on. Remember guys, the easiest way to do this is to look down. And now to just go in here with this is the Maybelline New York Lash Sensational Sky High Mascara. You guys know how much I love this mascara. This is one of my favorite mascaras. And lately, it's also been one of the only mascaras that I've actually been using. And I always go back and mash them together. You guys know, for the blend. And I'll take and I'll hold the outsides up. just so that way they give me just a little bit more of that fox eye look. And for the lips, I'll come back and show y'all the lips in just a moment. I'm finna get dressed, pop on some nails, and I'll be right back. Okay, so the only thing else addition I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of this silver and gold right on my inner eye for my inner eye highlight. Just to give me just a little bit of brightness in that area. Not a whole lot. And as far as my lips, I might as well go ahead and stick with what I already had out and just throw on an actual red lip. This is the Too Faced Lady Balls. So this is what we look like with the actual look. The final actually completed look. And that's what I was saying about the Fenty How Many Carats. It is so pretty. Like, it'll disappear when you're looking like at certain angles and certain directions. It'll disappear, and then when the light hits it, it just lights up really pretty. Like, your skin is just like diamonds. Absolutely love it. But let me pull you out. Okay, so taking down the actual braids. And I'm going to put on these Majestic Nails. These are the shade, the ones Kamoi, KMAO1 by Kiss. I'm going to put these on for the actual concert. But I'll put those on when I get to my actual girlfriend's house. Let me show you guys the outfit. So this is going to be the actual outfit. I'm just going to put on some flats with it. I'm not putting on heels again. It's a drive-in concert. And this is how long the braids are in the actual back. So you guys can actually see where the braids actually go. So this is the outfit for the actual concert tonight. So we're giving them just a little bit of thigh, a whole lot of thigh. All night all alone, every time I say one thing. So I think I'm just about over being your girl for real. But yeah, so this is going to be the final completed look. Hopefully you guys like this little talk through, you know, let's talk what's happening with me, what's going on with me. But this is going to be the actual final look. And as far as the braids, what I like about them, you can flip it over to one side and just have them up on one side. You can bring the other braids forward if that's something you want to do. Or if you prefer to have, you know, whatever side of your face you think looks better for you, you could just go ahead and just flip it to the other side and just have it up. So it just really depends on really your final look, what you're comfortable with, what makes it feel better for you. Or you can just go ahead and have them all back. I'll probably have like one side flipped over, kind of like how it is now. That's the reason why I did my parts the way I did my parts. So no matter how I want to flip it, it all flips correctly. But yeah, that's it, YouTube. Your girl is back. At this point, I got 17 videos I need to edit and upload for you guys. Half of it is makeup. I did get the It's Freaking Bats collection with Beauty Bean and Shroud Cosmetics. I did finally get that in last week, so that filming is coming for you guys. The stocks video is coming for you guys. The cryptocurrency, the micro cryptocurrency, and the sub penny. Yeah, the sub penny cryptocurrency. All of that's coming for you. Your girl is back. As soon as I get back home from this concert tonight, I'm going to be in the lab filming some more videos and editing some more videos and put some more videos out for you guys. But thank you guys so much for rocking with your girl. And as always, I love you guys. Bye.